Hey man, you ready?
Let's do it.
What? I mean, it's been turning up with her. The girl around us and she loving her. If we don't know you, don't come close to her. If you with your girl, let me hear you say what?
Good afternoon, good evening, good night. This is season 5, episode 1 of the Reed Talk and Listen podcast. I am your host, Nick Reed, along with my brother and co-host Trey Reed. How you doing tonight, man?
Bro, I'm good. We ain't canceled yet.
Not canceled yet, man. Hey, another season. Last night, y'all, we was up for a while. I gotta go ahead and put this out there as a disclaimer before somebody says, "Hey, man, I thought y'all were gonna be on a new software this season." We were up until the wee hours of the morning trying to get it to work. I promise y'all, we were.
We were trying.
It wasn't gonna do the things we needed to do for it to even be reasonable for us to switch from where we are right now, man. So we're gonna stay over here rocking with the StreamYards. They got us for another season, I guess. But other than that, man, hey, we back. Season 5 is live.
Bruh. Hey, man, I was on the road all day today driving for work, and I was just like, man, I can't believe we at season 5 already.
Exactly, man. Pumping them out, bringing episodes nonstop, back to back, back to back, back to back. Not taking a break. We really wanted to take a little bit of longer break in between season 4 and season 5, and really almost kind of try to get to a situation where we were together, and we can keep bringing it to you like in studio podcast, man. But the lay of the land didn't go the way we wanted it to go. And so we back right here with it, man. But we couldn't be more excited for it, man. And as promised, we're starting off the season with a guest.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And we've been saying it every time. We're gonna get more guests, more guests, more guests. And every time we get a guest, man, it just keeps getting better and better and better, man. So I went out to Arizona for work, and I met this guy, man, the Black Cobra Media over there on the Instagram. And the dude is real genuine. Does a lot of the same stuff that I do with the camera, man. And so I was like, I gotta have him on the show. You can even ask him in a second. As soon as we got to chopping up, I was like, hey, you gotta be my brother. You gotta come on our podcast. You know, like that was one of the first things he said. So hey, with no further ado, man, bring out the Black Cobra.
The Black Cobra. I get a little hand clap, man. I like that.
Oh yeah, gotta roll out the stops, man. Gotta roll out the stops.
Oh yeah.
Hey man, glad to have you on, man. The Read Talk and Listen podcast for the first episode of season 5.
Yes, sir. I mean, like it's like we just met 5 days ago. Like I said, we out in Arizona, man. And like I said, funny story. Like I don't know if you told your brother, but I pull up to the house from my Uber from the airport, and the guy we stand with, I'm like, yo, it's a black dude in the parking lot. Like, I was like, hey, because like I said, every time I go with these people, I mean, even as you know, on their team, there's no color out there. So every time I'm with him, I'm the one token black guy. So I was like, hey, it's a black guy sitting in the driveway in a car. Like, it kind of freaked me out that he was like, hey, that's Nick. You know what I'm saying?
I'm at the right house.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, yo, I'm about to walk into these people, this Airbnb, and it's gonna be the wrong house. Like, I'm gonna be in trouble. So, but no, man, it was definitely a blast getting to meet you this past week. And yeah, man, I'm glad to be on here.
I know he had called me. Was it Saturday?
Yeah,
I just finished up a Dreaded Archer podcast, and he was like, "Oh man, I met this dude, man, Black Cobra. Where you gotta look him up." So as soon as I go to Instagram and type your name in, I'm like, I said, "Bro, it's Aaron Donald."
Hey, I've gotten that comp before. So a lady, I was getting my rental car. A lady in the airport's like, "You're Aaron Donald." I'm genuinely like, "No, like, thank you for the compliment. It's not me." She walks off and whispers to her husband. She's like, "No, that's him. He's just being modest." I'm like, I wish I had Aaron Donald money.
Right?
Like, dude, I wish I did, but oh yeah, man, I've gotten that a couple of times over the past few weeks. So
big facts, man. Big facts. Definitely. If we go anywhere, I'm like, hey, this AD's little brother right here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, I need to start embracing that role and just taking it on and see what I can get out of it, man.
Exactly. Sneak into the Super Bowl like that one cat did, like Klay Thompson.
Oh yeah. might need to put some TikTok content together, man. Try to see if I can sneak in, man. That'll be some good content right there.
I'm telling you, man. But speaking of content, man, let's dive right into it, man. Black Cobra Media, man. What is Black Cobra Media, man, and where did it come from?
So I mean, it's been a heck of a whirlwind, a journey. So we launched back in 2021. The name just literally came from me and my business partner. Were just throwing out ideas. We were like, I don't know, can't be the Black Panther. We just kind of brainstorming, and I just threw out like Black Cobra, and it just it had a ring about it. You know what I'm saying? Now, when we launched, obviously, no one launches and thinks you're gonna, blow up over the course of a year and a half. So we just kind of were just trying to start something, and like I said, very fortunate that we were, able to just to really blow up within like the past 18 months. So that's kind of where it got started. It wasn't like I had a Black Cobra as a pet. We just literally was like, hey, Black Cobra Media. Black Cobra Media sounds catchy. Let's go with it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, man. In this media game, it's all about the name. That's what
it is.
People to you, man.
And that's one thing I've learned, that like even now, like people don't like. So obviously my real name is Willie. Like most of the kids just call me Cobra. Like they don't even, like, no one really knows my real name, but it's like, it's cool saying like, hey, we got Black Cobra coming out to the game today. It's like, it's just kind of cool to have that name. So
most definitely, man. And then and it's your space that you're in, man, this baseball space. This weekend definitely opened my eyes to it. Obviously I grew up playing travel baseball, which was called back then. Obviously nothing close to what we saw this weekend, man. What's that like, traveling around, and you seen the best of the best?
Yeah. Like I said, obviously, I'm based in Atlanta, so Atlanta's got Perfect Game and Prep Baseball Report, which are two of the biggest two like travel baseball organizations, and that's kind of how I blew up. You know what I'm saying? Like every week in the summer, you probably got 300 to 400 teams that are in and out of Atlanta. So I mean, I'm 10 minutes from Lake Point, 10 from East Cobb, so I'm able to shoot. Last year, Tamar Johnson, first round draft pick, Andrew Jones, first round draft pick, Cam Collier, guys that are from Atlanta and that play here all the time. So I'm able to shoot like a lot of the big name players. And even this weekend, obviously, Sticks and the White Sox scout team got a lot of guys that, in a couple years, they're going to be getting their name called on draft day, so a lot of big talent.
Most definitely, man. Hey, that's what we all about over here. That's one of the biggest reasons we started this podcast, was for a space for our friends to be able to come on here and say, hey, I got this going, and then put it on YouTube and see, who picks it up or whatever. But then also at my job, working with the athletes, you know what I'm saying? It feels good when you go home and you see that guy go to the next level, and you're like, man, one of my videos might have got him seen. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that, or my picture, people looked at that. So that's always a big deal, man. So we appreciate what you do for the youth over here on the Retalking Listen podcast.
Oh, definitely. We were talking about it last night. I'm like, dude, if we had this kind of coverage when I was coming up, man, the game, it'd be different, man.
Oh my God.
It's a whole lot of cats like that didn't get seen just out of the fact that it's too many kids and not enough coaches to see them all.
And like I joke with my business partner. Like I graduated high school 07, but like I was a 4.47 runner, like running back 6'1", 210. But like my coach did nothing for me. Like looking back, I had a 3.8 GPA. I'm like, yo, like there's no reason I shouldn't have went and played Power 5. But like I said, back then in 07, you either had to be the best, like like the cream of the crop, or you had to be at a school to where coaches were pushing. I never had a tape put out. And then one thing about me, my parents didn't play sports in college, so like they were more academic than like sports, so like they weren't really pushing it. But the kids these days don't know how, just, I don't want to call it lucky, but like they really, I mean, they got it made.
They got it good.
You get not just film, you get hype videos, you can edits, like Instagram, they're getting a lot of it. Like that's one thing that I definitely enjoy doing. Not only do we get to watch the game, like we really get a front row seat at the game, but then we also get to use our creative juices and make these kids, popular and make them look good and stuff. So
man, like watching some of these like newer highlight tapes, man, they look like cinematic movies, bro.
Yo,
it's crazy.
Like going back and looking at my highlight, it's like no music. It's one play. It's grainy. The camera all shaky. It's like, bro, how did I even get recruited?
Speaking of your highlights, all right. So today I made a LaMichael James video. All right.
Yeah.
Do you know how hard it was to find legible footage from 09 to 11?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe it.
I mean, bro, it was a task for sure. It was grained out, man. But speaking of looking good, today's a big day for Black Cobra, man. Black Cobra Media, Black Cobra Closing.
Oh yeah.
Had the drop this morning, man. Had the drop this morning, man. Talk to us a little bit about that.
So yeah, just I've been trying to it's so much in this business, that you can do. And so obviously the media came along last year. We really built a solid community. So we were just thinking about ways of like, how can we continue to, enhance our brand and just build upon what we have. So we partnered with 3 and 2 Sports. Y'all can actually got one of the hoodies on right here. No bombs, no flicks. And that was kind of one of my sayings over the summer. It was kind of just like a thing we have. Like, hey, if you don't hit a bomb, like don't even ask me for photos. So it's like no bombs. You ain't getting no photos. So that saying kind of caught on. The kids kind of ran with it. But 3 and 2 came to us. We partnered with them. We had our first drop today. So we've got 3 different designs. We got a t-shirt, a short sleeve hoodie, and then like a long sleeve hoodie. Then we got like a hat and some arm sleeves. So we're just trying to get into a space where one thing I've noticed about business is that like now it seems like, at least in Atlanta, everyone's got a camera. It's almost like, everyone does hair, everyone does eyelashes. Like, it's like, man, every time I look up, someone's got a camera, and that's good and all, but the market's starting to get saturated. So we're trying to jump out ahead and try to do some things that the other creators aren't doing. That way we can set ourselves up for like success. So yeah, big day.
So how do you stay a step ahead of competition, with the market getting so saturated?
I mean, honestly, my business partner does a good job just researching trends. Obviously, TikTok's big, podcasts. I mean, even podcasts are starting to get where, it seems like everyone's got a podcast. Like, what I'm saying? I see little kids are like, I want to do a podcast. And like, I'm not saying like everyone's got a voice. And I feel like, if you have the opportunity and you want to do it. But once again, it's like, we're going to look up and it's going to be like everyone that can talk is on a podcast, So even with that, it's like, how can we, we want to do back grips, we want to do some, stick them, what I'm saying? We want to do, I'm going to throw this out there. My business partner doesn't like this idea, but I think it's kind of catchy. I love cookies. Last year we were going to do something called like the Cobra Cookie Club. I think it's kind of catchy. The kids love cookies. I love cookies. We were like going to try to do like a once a month, like almost not Girl Scout cookies, but like have some, the glizzy cookie or whatever like that, and just do something like what I'm saying? Like no one's doing that. No one's doing like food and then tying it back to like your media. So we're just trying to stay ahead and just do some things and not even new things, but if we're gonna do something, put our own little twist on it to make it, more exciting and more fun. So
most definitely, man. Most definitely. Yeah. We're gonna get into all the Cobra sayings that I've heard over the weekend and learned from the kids and the players and stuff like that. But before we do that, we gotta get into this NFL wild card weekend, man.
Okay.
Me and you watched a few of the games together.
We did.
Crazy weekend in football. First of all, man, who's your team in these playoffs?
If I had to just, if I'm gonna pick one, I'm probably going with the Bills. Now, like I said, I'm a college guy more, so like I'm gonna tell you who I'm going for. I'm always going for the team where I got my money on. So shout out to Cowboys. Hey, the Cowboys were good to me this week. On Monday was a good night for me. The Chargers, they hurt me. They hurt me a little bit. But if I had to choose the team that I'm gonna pull for, probably the Bills, man. I like Allen, and I like what them guys got going on. So
Josh Allen is a great player, and I think the Bills are a really good team. I just think since the Damar Hamlin injury,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I kind of don't want to win it this year because they're gonna get scrutinized for winning.
Yep. Yeah,
because you'll go back and see some earlier Read Talk and Listen podcasts. I hate sports fans. I think we're the shittiest people on earth. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like we never let anybody have the glory. We can't let them have it. So if the Bills win this, if they win the Super Bowl this year, everybody's gonna say, "Oh, it's rigged.
It's rigged."
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like he wouldn't have died on the field, they wouldn't have won a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of don't want them to win it this year. But I don't have a team. I just like good football. So far, I'm in love with the playoffs. So what you got, sir?
Yeah, I know who I'm with. I'm rolling with them boys.
I know who you gonna cry about next week, but I'm just saying what you think about the playoffs.
Oh, the playoffs are great. They've been great. It almost mirrors last year, man. Last year's playoff run was amazing.
Yeah.
So this year, I think they had to top it. I mean, and the games have been crazy, especially the Jacksonville game. That was nuts,
wild.
And
then we were actually at a game.
You was at that game?
No, we were at a game while it was going on.
We were at the baseball game, and I remember I called you in the dugout. I was like, "Yo, Trevor Lawrence got 4 picks in the first half." And so I'm thinking it's blown up. Then I showed you again, and you know that went up 28-27. I'm like, what in the world is going on? How do you blow that game?
The world of sports.
And then the way that the Cincinnati game ended, it's almost like it's everything got to be scripted, man. The way these games are ending, it's got to be scripted, bro. It's got to be, man.
Yo, it's like Vegas and the NFL and whoever's making that money, they've got a direct line to whatever needs to happen. It's like the over-under is 45.5, and it never fails. It's going to be either 45 or 46. Like, it's not, you know, it's going to be 1 point. Like, what in the world, man?
Dude misses the four extra points. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know
luckily
what I'm saying?
Luckily that didn't hurt me. I had the over in that game, and I'm thinking every time he missed, I'm like, it's gonna be that 1 point, that I need at the end of the game. Then he missed another. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm it's over with for me. I'm gonna miss this one because he's just, I don't know what he had going on.
Yeah, I'll see him next week in Sioux Falls because he from where I live at. I'm like, yeah, he'll be back. Yeah, he'll be back. They gonna send him right back to South Dakota.
Yeah, hey, for real, they ain't gonna accept him back in South Dakota. You can't come back if you miss four.
You gotta move out the country, man.
But who says friendly wager Cowboys will win? I'll wear a Cowboys hat next pod. Niners win. Trey gotta wear one.
That's Cam.
That's Cam.
That required me to go buy one, and I ain't spending no money on no 49ers. So if you're gonna buy it and send it to me, I'll wear it.
I think that might be one of the better games this week. I mean, like I said, the Cowboys look good. But here's the thing: if Dak plays like that and the defense plays like that, they've got one of the better teams in the NFL.
Yeah,
the problem is that Dak, they're so inconsistent. Mm-hmm. But if that Cowboys team shows up, they can win the Super Bowl. But will they show up against the 49ers?
They hot right now.
Can they show up 4 weeks in a row? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Can they show up 4 weeks in a row?
And we've yet to see it. So we
can't count out the Giants is what I think right now.
No, every time the Giants get the wild card, they win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I think that's the scariest team. If you're looking at who you playing next, and you got the Giants and they're their next team, I think that's the scariest team to play right now.
Yeah.
Because we didn't get to see them at full strength until now.
That's it. Exactly.
They've been hurt at receiver pretty much the entire season. They were going to bring back Odell. Didn't do that, if they would have brought back Odell, I think they'd be sitting real pretty right now.
Yeah.
But they didn't bring back Odell, but they've got everybody back right at the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And Daniel Jones, now he got all these nicknames and all that extra. So, hey,
Daniel Jones playing like a Hall of Famer, man. He had a good game.
I think it's his contract year. It's what's his name's contract year? Barkley's contract year.
Yeah.
And then the second string running back is his contract year. So you got three cats that's playing for a job. They're trying to get some money.
They're trying to get that bread. Trying to get that bread. And we see the young quarterbacks in the playoffs so far are showing. Outside of Huntley, he kind of struggled a little bit. But the young quarterbacks, they're showing their stuff. But have we seen the last of the old quarterback? And that is Mr. Tom Brady. He looked awful. In that game against Dallas. So have we seen the last Tom Brady? Was that it?
I don't know. Between Brady and Aaron Rodgers, you never know with them guys. I hope not, because I don't like seeing Tom go out like that. But Tom probably wait all the way until next July or something. You know what I'm saying? He's probably gonna take his sweet time, which he deserved that. But if I had to say, I think we have. If I had to just say right now, I think we have.
See, I hope not, because you don't want to see your legends go out like that. You know what I'm saying? Watching him play reminded me when Michael Jordan came back for the Wizards. He was just a shell of himself, and it's like, this what y'all were talking about? He the GOAT? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
But I also have something to combat this for Tom Brady.
Speak on it.
He's been playing so long. Shout out to Morgan for this. I won't cap and say I've thought of this myself. But he's been playing so long, and he knew that his O-line was shoddy in that game right there. And he was the play was dead. I'm just gonna lay it down. I'm not gonna get hit for this. You know what I'm saying? Did he really look that bad, or did he look seasoned enough to know when to throw him in?
Honestly, I don't even know if it was him looking bad versus Dallas defense played really well.
They did play.
You know what I'm saying? They played really well. But the thing that hurt Tampa all year is like they have no running game. So like Brady's been, I mean, he threw the ball 60 plus times. When you can't handle, Fournette wasn't himself this year. The other running back, what's his name? For the second string, like he started to come on late in the season, but like when you can't consistently turn it and just hand it off 20, 25 times and be able to run, you know what I'm saying? Like teams can kind of hone in on that. And that's what the Cowboys did. Like when you get down the game script, you're down by 3 touchdowns now. You have no choice but to throw. I mean, you know how it is. We all play, so it's like makes it a lot harder to throw the ball when they're dropping 7 defenders and stuff. So
hey, mark my word, Tony Pollard will be a Buccaneer next year.
Hey, that's not bad.
He gonna be a Buccaneer next year, like because Dallas can't pay him.
I think Jerry's doubling down on Pollard though.
They're gonna have to.
They're gonna have to, but they're not because they got to pay Zeke. They're paying Zeke.
But Zeke, I mean, they got to double down on Pollard. They have to.
Whatever you got to do, you can't let Pollard walk. But see, Pollard's still on his rookie contract, right? Like he still have another year till next year.
Yeah.
So they still got another year at him. But I mean, I think at that point, if I'm picking Pollard, obviously, I mean, he's a lot younger.
Where's Zeke at on his contract? What, he's 9 years? So where's he at on that?
Year 2.
No,
next year will be 3. Yes.
Next year I'll be like 4, maybe 5.
3. It's gonna be, he only 2 years in.
Damn, boy, he got
He's on a 9-year contract.
Yep,
I think so.
Oh, damn.
9 year, 990. Yeah, 990.
Yep, 990.
Hey, restructure, or they'll find a team that's just desperate for a running back that you might be able to get something for. But you can't let Pollard get out of there.
No, you let Pollard get out of there, then you're gonna end up losing Zeke, and then you're gonna be back to square one.
That's what I'm saying. You got no one.
See, what Jerry Jones got to do is he got to say, "Look, Pollard, I can't pay you this big money on paper,
like he did with Dez.
I can't pay this big money on paper, but go ahead and sign this, and then meet me at my crib. I'm gonna just slide you something under the table. You know what I'm saying? I got
you $40 million under the table.
Yeah, they call that the Dez Bryant contract.
Hey, Dez was talking all that shit, and talking, I'm leaving. And she just, Dez, shut up. Signed a little small contract, and he was fine.
Hey, walked out of the kitchen at Jerry's house. That's some of that
got that bread. Got that bread. Oh yeah. That boy Jerry got that bread. I need a little piece of the pie.
If you tuned into the podcast right now, man, we appreciate you for being over here, man. All of our people on Spotify. If the episode is late, it's on Trey. Y'all know how
it's not gonna be late. It's not gonna be late this
time. so y'all get on Trey for that, man. If you're on the Instagram, man, get at my guy right there, man. _dreaded Archer 17, man. My guy right here, Black Cobra Media, Black Cobra Willie, Black Cobra Clothing. It's all over there. It's all over.
Just type in Black Cobra and follow the first 6 accounts, man. It's gonna be all me.
Big facts, man. Big facts, man. Hey, my super producer, Killer Cam, man. Make sure y'all get over there and follow him on Instagram too, man. KILLR Cam over there on the Instagram page, man. Hey, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you can hear a podcast, man. You can hear my voice as well as the voice of the dreaded Archer.
You are now tuned in to the RTL podcast.
And don't forget to get over there to the dreadedarcher.com, man, for all your Dreaded Archer apparel. I got the hat on right here, man. I can't flip around and mess the headphones up. But then you got to make sure you also get over there to 3 and 2, man, and give my guy Black Cobra some love, man. I got my pack on the way.
On the way.
You know what I'm saying? So when y'all see me.
Yeah, you sent me that picture bright and early today. I was like, I love it, man. You sent me the screenshot. You like, man, I'm locked in with you. I was like, oh yeah, man.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, when y'all see me walking in the city with the Black Cobra merch on, don't even. Yeah, you know where I got it from. So don't get yours. I ain't got no discount code or none of that for you.
You got to pay full price.
Hey, it's been crazy. It's like obviously in this media we get so close to the athletes. But I probably had 15, 20 guys like, Cobra, can we get some merch? I'm like, look. I ain't even got to 3 and 2's handling it. I wish I could just hand it out. I don't even have access to it right now. You got to go through the site for me to even get it. So sorry guys for everyone else trying to I ain't got no discount codes to give out. I wish I did. Trust me.
Hey, go get the merch, man. Go get the merch. It's well priced. It ain't gonna bust you down. Go get the merch.
Yeah,
Hey, people don't hesitate to ask for that discount code, boy.
Hey,
I get messages on the daily. Hey man, you got a discount code?
Hey, every little bit helps. 10% off.
Like there's been some people I've made discount codes for. Like, you need one? Yep. No. So here you go, just for you. It's one time use, and then but they don't know it's one time use. So then somebody else will hop on the website, use that same code. I'm like, see you passing my shit out.
Yeah.
I told you it was just for you.
Yeah, but
exactly.
but they don't know that I see it, man. I see everything.
That shit crazy, boy. That shit crazy, man. Speaking of shit that's crazy though, Cobra, you got all these sayings, man. I go on your your Instagram account. I see under the pictures, you posted that picture of us out there in Arizona, and I see people just on there, Glizzy this, Glizzy that, King Glizzy, Glizzy King. I'm like, what's going on, man?
I mean, it's just it's a well-known fact, in the baseball community. Like I love a good glizzy. Like I just be real with you, you know what I'm saying? Like a nice chill. You go to the ballpark, you go to the game, like I'm gonna get a glizzy. It's probably the first thing I eat. So, over the summer, I just kind of ran with that, like the glizzy gobbler, glizzy king. I got the kids in the dugout eating glizzies during the game. Like if you eat one before you go up to bat, like it's plus 10 power, plus 10 contact. So the kids kind of buying into it, but it's just kind of a fun thing that we kind of just ran with, and now we got people that just I'm just associated with anything. If you hear the word glizzy, you probably gonna hear my name right behind it. It just kind of happened.
When did hot dogs become glizzies?
That's a good question. I don't even know. Like that's a very good question. But like hot dog just sounds, it's just kind of boring. Glizzy sounds majestic almost. I don't know how to pronounce it. It just sounds, so but that's a good question. I need to do some research. I don't even know. Yeah, like we didn't call them glizzies growing up. They was all hot dogs. Like
hot dogs.
I think it's a New York thing.
Okay. I can see that. But see, when they use it, they're actually, they're just real, it's just glizzies. And now we've taken it and made it into I don't even know what kind of word it is, man. So shout out all the glizzy gobblers out there.
Just slang, man. Just slang. We are the culture.
Yes. Hey, I love it. Hey, we got the Glizzy King, Glizzy Gobblers, man. We got the Cobra Curse, man. I heard some stories about the Cobra Curse, man.
The Cobra Curse, people say, because that's some of the merch, like 90% of people probably say it's real. So typically what happens was like when I show up, it kind of started to go around. Like if I showed up to shoot your game, you're gonna have a bad game. Now I have seen like top pitchers that maybe have not give up a hit in like 12 innings, and I show up to shoot them in like 7 runs in the first inning. So I mean, I could say it's cursing people, but it's all mental, man. You know what I'm saying? But one thing, that's one thing where like we just kind of caught on, and the kids kind of ran with it, so we just started to have a little bit of fun with it, and but some people would say that it's real, if you ask the right person. So
unless you're on the other team, if we win, ain't no curse.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he ain't come for you though. He ain't come for you.
That's the thing, is like the kids are actually like booking me, like the whole team can do good, but they might go 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, and they're like, damn. But I'll be like, hey, at least your photo, like you ain't gonna worry about your photo looking good. Like Instagram gonna look good. Like you might have dropped in the rankings, but your page look good. That's all that matters, really.
Yeah, you be all right.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You'll be all right.
I think the Cobra Curse might be my favorite out of the sayings and everything, just because it like brings like a mantra with you to the ballpark.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Yeah. It brings a mantra with you. That's the hoodie I got.
Okay.
The Cobra Curse is real. That's the one I got.
Nicest looking one, I think. Yeah,
I like that one a lot. You know what I'm saying. Plus, and I had to get the hat because I wear a hat. You see back behind.
Yeah, the hat.
Yeah. I gotta have a hat. If I ain't got the hat, the merch wasn't right. I ain't like your merch if I ain't got your hat.
Exactly.
To it. But man, the Cobra Curse is real. I don't think it was real this weekend because they were slapping. They were slapping. They were slapping, man.
Like I'm mad. Obviously, the rain came. We only played 2 games out of 5, or out of 5. So disappointed that we didn't get to see, if the boys can make a run, to the championship. But still had a good time. They put up 15 in the first game, I think, or 13 in the first game. And then 3-0 in that second one?
Yeah, first,
something like that. So,
something like that. 18, 18.
Yeah, I think like score 18, gave up 9. So yeah, but Mother Nature came and got it. So I mean, it is what it is. It's unfortunate, but
fun fact I learned on the way out of there.
What'd you do?
That part of Arizona gets 10 inches of rain per year.
Wow, and we got 7
exactly.
We got all of it in those 2 days.
Exactly.
Literally.
That's wild, man. And then I came back home and it rained all day today too. So it must be following me.
Hey, better.
Man, it
Hey,
was
we got
raining.
snow. We getting like 12, 15 inches of snow.
Oh yeah, we can't get that. We get that in Atlanta. It's over with. Like, hey, if they even say we get snow in Atlanta, people go crazy.
Oh,
Like,
it's just like that here, man. It's just like
The
bruh,
bread, the milk, all that shit
gone.
gone,
Gas,
man, gone.
generators, the
hey, man,
eggs are going up. Like, it's crazy.
check this out, right? So last year, I think it might have been last year. Hey, it's called Snowmageddon around here now, but it snowed
Uh-huh.
out here. It never snows out here. It hadn't snowed in like 20 or 30 years or something like that.
20.
Like real snow, and it snowed, man. It was the city was on super lockdown. Nobody went to school. Nobody had work. I mean, it was disastrous. I was out riding around in it, man. It was just cars all on the side. It was literally like Armageddon. It came like
Yeah,
everybody was gone.
yeah.
It was crazy, man. Uh, so Texarkana, man, we don't handle weather very well.
Same here, bro. Yeah. They say it, and it's like, man, what's in the world? We lose our minds.
Hey, as long as we don't get nothing like 20, 30 inches, we good.
Good God,
20 or 30 inches. That's
that's
ridiculous.
wild.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Well,
that's
like
wild. Yeah.
there's this town that we go to and shoot archery. Nick been there's called Lead. They got like 70.
God.
Yeah. Matter of fact, they said you know the ski lift, Nick. We got
Yeah,
right on to go to the top of the mountain. They had to stop that because the snow
up to it.
was up to it. Yeah.
That's crazy, boy.
That's too much.
But
It's too
see,
much snow.
I don't mind the snow. My thing is when it's like -45,
Yeah.
-50.
That's what come with it, though.
Not always.
It's too much for me, man.
Yeah.
But hey, uh, coming a little bit at us here, Cobra. Austin Rivers. I don't know if you seen this in the news so far. But Austin Rivers is this rant and this tear, man. That guys like myself and you, man, we're watering down sports. Because everybody can get a mixtape now. You know, back in the day, only the true ballers, uh, people were coming out to see the true ballers and putting them on the mixtape. Nobody was taking, I guess, clients
Yeah.
and giving them mixtapes, man. So he's saying that it's watering down the sports and almost like you can't tell who's really good or not because you can take a few clips and make anybody look like an all-star.
You can. I mean, there's some tips and tricks. Like, so obviously baseball, you got to be. I mean, you got to do a little bit in baseball to like make it seem like you've done some stuff. But um, I mean, I've had to do stuff sometimes where like if the kid hasn't got any balls hit to him, I've been out there like, in between innings and like I'll just like the duties like the outfielder. I'll tell the guys one like, hey, just throw the ball to the gap as far as you can, and I had the center fielder just track it down. Like when I made the video, like no one can tell that it wasn't even a real ball hit off the bat. They just see him running full speed. I got kids in the outfield diving their moments. I mean, I can see that, but at the same time too, like like it's a new world we live in. Like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
yes, I mean, once again, yeah, I would agree with them on the fact that yeah, now it's like everyone's got a mixtape. Even little Johnny who scores 2 points a game, and 3 rebounds, he's got a mixtape. But it's just the world we live in. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a new generation. Social media is bigger. Branding is at an all-time high. People have to create a brand, and like for us, I love it because I tell parents now is like I'm not saying you got to have a hype video every time your son or your daughter plays, but like if you don't have some kind of creative media on the page, like your kid's gonna potentially could get overlooked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, if
Right.
you're a
Yeah,
baller, if you're talented, if you're a baller, it doesn't matter. Like you're gonna get there. But for the average middle of the road people, not saying it's like social media and creative media is gonna like help you go D1, but it definitely just enhances your brand where people might notice you. And that's all you want to do. You want to give yourself a chance to be noticed. At the end of the day. So
Exactly.
I think it does help kids go D1 because it seemed like now you look around, there's more D1 scholarships given out than ever before. I feel like
yeah.
and especially like I'm not saying I'm the best judge of talent, but
Mhm.
I played at that level and I can look at a kid and like, man, you don't got it. But you look at the offers, it's like Arkansas, LSU,
Yeah.
Alabama, you like Tennessee, like damn, for real. Like
Yeah.
I know cats that would have crushed you, and you got all these offers. But
Yeah.
it's the birth of social media and building a name around yourself. Like
Hmm.
at this point, do schools care if you can play or not? Yeah, they still care if you can play, but they're more concerned is can we if we bring this kid in, can he sell tickets? What kind of crowd is he bringing in?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
And that's
like,
what I think too, though. I think you can hype yourself to a school. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Depending on whether you pan out at that school or not, I think you can hype yourself. But even like if y'all can think about back when we were getting recruited and stuff like that, I know y'all a little bit older than me. But when we were getting recruited, there were a lot of guys that were just going off hype back then too.
Sam McGuffey.
The guys that were the guys who were getting on YouTube first, the guys
Yep.
that
Yeah,
had
yeah.
Twitter accounts first and stuff like that, they were getting big offers, and everybody was looking around like, he's 5'6", he's 5'7". You know what I'm saying? Like, how is he getting these offers? So I think, yeah, we just see that a lot more now because everybody has that. Everybody's on YouTube. You know what I mean? I mean, kickers got tape. You know, kickers never had tape for show back in the day. And
No,
now,
you went to a camp and got picked up, or you was a walk,
or they
on,
saw you playing soccer. You were
That's
you were
it.
at their school playing soccer for the school, and then they say, you know what I'm saying? They saw you and like, oh yeah, he can kick, and that's how the kickers got. But now the kickers they getting offered like the damn quarterbacks.
Bro, like, dude, I remember was it back like 05, 06, man. Sam McGuffey out of South Fair, Texas. He did a backflip and caught a ball in practice, and it went like viral. It was like one of the first football videos to go viral. And then all of a sudden, his highlight tape, you see him jumping over people in games and all kind of stuff. And he literally went from like a 2-star to a 4-star to a 5-star, ended up going to Michigan just based off hype.
Just off hype. Ended up at Rice
because he didn't have the stats. Played like a half a season at Michigan, ended up at Rice, and just kind of flaked, just kind of burned out. But I mean, he was one of the first guys to just come in on hype.
I know y'all remember Cody Paul.
Cody Paul.
Yeah, the little number 5 on the YouTube. Yeah, they were like showing us basically the future. Like, this is what it's gonna be. But I think Austin Rivers, what kind of struck me was like, I don't know if you're the guy, you know, to say this, because I think you're like he was that guy in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was that guy in high school, even in college too. But I would say, like, I don't know if you were mixtape. You know what I'm saying? I think there was like more guys than you that was mixtape worthy. You know, in high school, I think. Not to mention, you got a lot of clout because who your dad is. You know what I mean? So I just don't think he was the right guy to be the one to step out and say, "Oh, look at all these nobodies getting hyped and getting places they shouldn't get." Like, come on now. If you was Austin McLeod, would you be where you are today? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that
rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. Yeah.
But dang, I forgot what I was gonna say. Yep, get him out and go ahead. It slipped me. I'm getting old, man.
Hey, I'm right there with you. I swear.
Hey, so do you dabble in basketball, Cobra?
I mean, I've done a little bit. Obviously, 90% of my work, probably 95% is baseball. I think I was telling you this weekend, I use my media pass for basketball just to go sit courtside. Sometimes I don't even pull my camera. I'll just go sit on like at the baseline. Everyone else got to sit in the stands, and I'm just sitting on the baseline, acting like I'm a celebrity or whatever. But I like the sport of basketball. One thing I've learned is that you got to be passionate about what you do and really love it. And so I'm more passionate about baseball. So when I'm out there in the sun, like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
But like whenever I shoot basketball, it's like I'm out there shooting, but I'm not really like I'm not as ready to get home and edit because it's just like, oh, it's just a basketball game. Part of that too is my community is baseball. So whenever I post like basketball content, it doesn't get the same engagement. So then it's like, why am I, using my time to go shoot something that's not even gonna get, 10% of the engagement I get when I post baseball. So I just I'll go to a game and check out some guys, but I don't do too much basketball shooting.
Exactly. You watch the league, you watch the college games, NBA, anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, Hawks fan. Once again, I'm a big money. I can say big money. Let me pipe down. I'm about to say I'm a big money gambler. I'm like, who am I fooling? I'm betting $25 on the game. I'm a little money gambler, but I like the Hawks. Obviously, I'm from Birmingham originally, so like I'm a Crimson Tide. We're having a good year. Had a little bit of had some stuff happen with the team that was very devastating, but crazy story, with Bama, but. Like them, like the Hawks. Obviously, like LeBron. I like players more than teams. So,
most definitely, man, and that's what we got to talk about right here, man. A little bit of players, standout players right now. I only got 2 on my list because it's only 2 I care to talk about. I hate basketball players, a lot of them anyway, with a passion. I think they're soft. I think they cry about a lot of stuff they shouldn't cry about, and then the whole entire NBA fans. Nobody gives LeBron the props. So I really just hate basketball in general.
Basketball fans, if they don't like you, your game is trash.
Exactly.
They'll call it like
exactly.
in football, I might not like you, but I will say like, bro, he's still cold. Basketball,
Yeah.
they don't like you, you ain't shit, man. Yeah, he's sorry, bro. He's sorry.
Exactly. But I got them broke down into two categories, and I always do this: the young bucks, and then who holding it down for the vets. And right now, man, I can't think for the young bucks no other than Ja Morant.
Yep.
Who holding it down for the young bucks, man? Have you watched very many Memphis Grizzly games? And what do you think about Ja?
I haven't seen a lot of games just like start to finish, but obviously every time I turn on ESPN or TikTok, Ja Morant dunking on somebody, or he did done some. I mean, Ja Morant's he's definitely the future. He's here. I mean, I guess you would consider Giannis still a young buck. He's kind of in that middle of like young buck / veteran. But no, Morant and like Luca. I mean, obviously Trey Young. I mean, it's like I said, obviously for about a good 2-3 year stretch, like when LeBron, I mean, I'm not gonna say he's not obviously not in his prime, but like he's still dominant. But like 2-3 years ago, when he was kind of coming out of his prime, there was like some worry that like there wasn't like a bona fide superstars in the making. Like we had the Greek Freak, Luka was still kind of he wasn't as established, but like people are like, man, like where's the next like superstar going to come from? And it's definitely Morant, Greek Freak, Don Luka, Trey Young. Like there's definitely. I mean, the Tatum and Brown. Up in Boston, like it's a lot of young. I mean, Devin Booker, he's been hurt. A lot of good talent, across the league for sure.
Big facts, man. Big facts. What'd you say, Trey?
I think the league, because we had a show about this. We were actually worried about like who's gonna pick up the mantle once LeBron retires. Who's going to be? And I think like with the media, the league, fans, we can push a guy who might not be as good, and we can put him up there, and it's almost like they start being good.
Yeah,
like they be like they're not bad, they're like average, and then they get that media train behind them, and it's like their career just take off.
Yeah, and I mean I think that's what Morant is. I mean I look at people like you look at what's his name, Jokic, like. If Jokic was really like an American, you know what I'm saying? Like I mean, he's out there averaging double-doubles, 30 points, 15 rebounds, but I don't know what his nationality is, but like they're not really pushing him in the media. But like obviously Morant, Jason Tatum, guys like that, man, they're definitely pushing him, and they got a good shot to be superstars for sure.
I don't know what just happened right there, fellas, but I was gone.
You froze up, but it's all good.
Yeah, he was gone for a second. I didn't get to hear the end part of what you said, man. But we were talking about who was going to be the next guy, man. And I didn't think about that at that point, but there was a little lull in the league.
Yeah.
We didn't know who was going to be that next guy.
Yeah.
I thought Ja Morant coming out of college was going to be good. I thought Zion, barring injury, will be a superstar. Obviously, he's dealt with the injuries. But I like Ja a lot because he's got like a mixture of I think he's like the next LeBron. Obviously, not as big and everything like that. But he's got that mixture of all the greats that came before him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's got that mixture of the Russell Westbrook, point guard mentality, Kobe Bryant. Then he's got the scoring mentality of a Kevin Durant and a Kyrie Irving and a Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's got that mixture. And he's gonna be great moving forward.
No.
I don't know what's going on with my equipment tonight, guys, but we're just rolling.
Morant's a dog. It looks like you got a lot of colors on your screen, but it's all good though. I
mean, we just rocking with it. We just rocking.
Difficulties happen. So, I mean, like it was even like this weekend, bro. Like sometimes in life, it's not always clear and cut, and obstacles come up. You just got to go with it, man. Like people that are successful and know how to manage disappointment or any kind of setback or something that gets thrown off, man. Those are usually the people that can do a lot with life. So
I know, like on my I have another podcast called Dreaded Archer Podcast, and I never go live because I never know how but like a lot of people that I interview, they live in the sticks. Like they up in the mountains, they everywhere. So they're like, I can't go live. I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna cut out or whatever. Yeah. And I was actually interviewing this one guy, and his stuff cut out for like an hour. We was like it was 2 hours in, and then it boom just cut off. But when I posted, you don't even know it was going out. It just kept on rolling. Like the way I chopped it up. But yeah, you just got to adapt and overcome, man.
Yeah, you just
for
gotta
lights
keep
and
it
out,
pushing.
man.
You gotta
For
keep it
lights and
pushing,
out.
man. Where we at right here on my stuff, man? Oh, next. Well, I'll go ahead and do a little cut right here, man, because the sponsor's gonna be a little upset. We're 44 minutes in. But this episode is brought to you by Good Daddy, man. It's only one place to get it, and that's gooddaddy.com. You know, you want to make your field dressing process a little faster, a little cleaner, and a little safer, man. You got to go with the Good Daddy. Troy and myself, you know, we probably put about 300-400 pounds on the Good Daddy this year.
Show did.
You know what I mean? And I promise you, it was safe and it was easy and it was cleaner than what we normally do, man.
Oh
So
yeah,
shout out to the Good Daddy.
normally I have, debris all up my elbows, but this year my gloves didn't even get dirty.
Straight like that, man. Get over to the Good Daddy Instagram. You can see how much meat we had piled up on that table. You know what I mean? Compliments of the Good Daddy. And some people would say, man, that the knives alone is worth the price of the entire Good Daddy field dressing kit, man. So
Oh, they sharp. I even use them as my kitchen knives now.
exactly, man. My boy Brandon Lewis, he won a free Good Daddy knife sharpener. You know, we was doing the giveaway for the shoes and everything like that, and he's yet to pick that up. So, anybody looking for a knife sharpener, we got one extra over here, man, at the Read Talk and Listen podcast. But yeah, shout out to Good Daddy, and then always, you know, what's coming up? Valentine's Day. You know, everybody last minute, you forgot to get your girl something, you forgot to get your man something. I got somebody that's gonna hold you down, all right? And that's Say Grace. So you get over to the Facebook page, put your order in, Say Grace. She's got the chocolate covered strawberries, the chocolate covered pretzels, the little whatever macaroon cookies. They all going in the box, you know, probably get you out of that doghouse if you forgot. So go ahead and get over to Say Grace, man, and put in your stuff before it's too late.
Don't you get a bottle of wine too?
And you get it's not wine, it's the sparkling juice.
Oh,
It's not
sparkling
wine,
juice. Oh,
sparkling juice. But hey,
no,
some
no,
of y'all,
no,
you
no
know,
liquor license.
exactly. You know what I'm
There's no liquor license.
saying? Yeah, man, y'all make sure y'all get over there, man. TheGoodDaddy.com and Say Grace, man. They're gonna take care of y'all, man. But this next football season coming up is gonna be monumental in college football, right? If you go back a couple episodes, we had the Dion episode. Everybody knows that the feelings around the country were spared. You know, there was some people that thought, how the hell could you do this? You know, you sold a dream and you walked out on it. Some people thought, hey, this is another opportunity for a black coach to be in the Power Five and bring other black coaches into a position. And I think everybody, I finally got sat down and I watched the Dion and Shannon Sharp Club Shay Shay interview. It took me a while to get to it, but I finally got to it, man. And Dion really broke it down in there. He said something in there that registered with me because I think it's exactly how I was feeling. Y'all can speak on it, but he said I understood what everybody was saying because they were hurt. And I was sat back and I was like, "You damn right," because I was sad. I was sad about Dion leaving
Yeah,
Jackson
me too.
State. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, "Yeah, you're right." I was hurt. I was hurt by you leaving. I think that's where a lot of the people that were really, really pissed off, or whatever you can say, I think it was coming from a place of hurt when Dion left, man. But nonetheless, he's at Colorado now. And there's a big game on the schedule that I didn't even realize was on the schedule.
TCU.
Exactly. September 2nd, the Buffaloes will be coming down to Texas, man. Fort Worth, Texas, to be exact.
First game.
And playing TCU.
First game of the season. Bro, looking at their schedule, they can potentially go 7-0 before they even hit any real competition.
But you can't say any real competition. TCU is second place in the country.
No. I mean, hear me out because they got a whole lot of cats leaving.
I mean, they got cats leaving, but I'm just saying, Sonny Dykes, coach of the year, can't. You know what I'm saying? Like we got.
Yeah, he gonna get that because it was well deserved. But what I'm saying is like, if you look at the talent that's coming into Colorado right now, he's getting top recruits every day. That's committing. That game could be close if they can get through that game. The next game they got Nebraska. They'll beat Nebraska. They'll beat Colorado State. They'll beat Arizona State. They'll beat Arizona. It'll be a good toss-up game against Oregon State, but I think they can pull it out. And then they got Stanford. They should beat Stanford. And then their next 4 games is USC, Oregon, UCLA, Utah. I think if they can pull 2 of those games out, I mean, they could potentially win the Pac-12 first season.
Yeah. So here's my thing with Dion, and I think that like when we talk about obviously he's a hell of a recruiter, if not the best. Obviously, I'm a Bama guy, so we all know like everything lives on depth and in the trenches. So it's like we obviously Dion got his son came. He might get the cornerback from Miami hasn't signed yet. He's got what's his name, Travis Hunter came. I think Dion, like, don't be wrong, he's gonna be successful. I think people might not agree with this, but I think Colorado might still struggle this year because like the thing we got to think about is even if he brings in 10 big name guys, it's 22 starters, and the good teams like Bama, like they go 40, they got 44 good players. Even their two deeps could start at most schools. So like I still wonder like his depth. Obviously like quarterback would be like he'll have people on the field that are superstars.
Exactly.
But like does he have 5 offensive linemen? Like Shador is nothing if he ain't got guys that can block. Travis Hunter, and if they get the cornerback from Miami, like yeah, they're 2 lockdown corners, but do you got 4 defensive linemen? Do you got linebackers? So I say this. In a year or two, when he gets a full season to recruit, they're deadly. Yeah, I mean, like in 2-3 years, like they're no championship, I think, contenders. But I think these first couple of years, even though he's getting guys in, I think they might find it a little bit tough just because you got to build that depth.
Exactly.
I'm definitely rooting for him. But like I said, in 2-3 years, the recruiting and the hype and like he's gonna be able to go in anyone's house and recruit whoever he wants to. Whereas a lot of teams like Nebraska. Some of the teams they know not to come down to Florida and recruit because like they already know like no one from Florida is it's almost like that Nick Saban effect. Nick Saban, Kirby Smart, like Dabo, they can walk into any place, whether it be California, New York, hell, even if a kid from Africa just blew up and they want to go to like they can walk into anyone's house and recruit. And I think Dion's got that same effect as where he can recruit anyone, white, black, Hispanic, any state, any region. It doesn't matter.
So, hey, he had a statement that he made last week that kind of shook a lot of people.
All right.
About he's not going to recruit any offensive or defensive linemen that don't come from a 2-parent household because kids that come from single parent households don't listen well.
I mean, people can say what they want to say about the statement. I bet there's some truth to it. I'm not gonna say like obviously single parent household. I came from a single parent household. You came from a single parent household. I think I listen well. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know that. I don't know if it's 100% accurate, but I think there's some truth to that. It's a little bit more stable. If your pops was around, you probably got a little bit of back broken. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can agree with that. Like with pop, like I mean, when I feel like every kid, like when you have that male. Presence in your life, it obviously, yeah. I mean, like I said, I know my mom can say something, I'll be like, yeah, like I hear you, but whatever. Let dad come say that same thing, like, hey, I'm sitting up straight, like, hey, I'm, what I'm saying? So like that, I would agree with that. But then that's like when you look at the statistics, a lot more kids are coming from single parent homes. Like, who's he gonna recruit? Like, what I'm saying? Like the norm now is almost that like single parent homes are more the norm than like 2-parent homes. So. I mean, like I said, there's probably some truth to it. I feel like either kids gonna listen. Like if you go and recruit them and they respect you as a person, they can listen to their coaches. Like it's different from like mom talking versus like these are my brothers and like I'm trying to help the team out. Like, yeah, you might have a little bit of trouble in the beginning, but like once people buy into what you're doing, either you got good people or you got bad people. I ain't got nothing to do with like what family they came from. Like,
nah,
exactly. I think, but I'm gonna go back a little bit. So what Cobra was saying, I think they will struggle a little bit too in this first, even at least the first half of the season. I mean, you coming out, you can say what you want about TCU losing, whatever they're losing, right? But they still have guys on that team who played last year. Who they blew some people out, so they got guys who got reps in there. We got guys who are coming. These are their first reps together. These guys are a team that even if I was there last year, I'm still with the same crew. You know what I'm saying? And these guys, and then you got guys, you got to think about locker room turmoil. Everybody didn't hit the portal. There's still some guys that salty that they homeboy didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's a lot of things and a lot of variables that can go into this Colorado situation that could make the first little bit be shaky.
And even, I mean, I'm excited. Like I said, I'm looking forward to it. Like Colorado's definitely. I mean, you got to put them on ESPN now. Like
Yeah.
you can't be having them playing at 11 o'clock at night. Like they got to be at least like 7 or 8. But I mean, if you look at team like Texas A&M, that last year when they got the #1 recruiting class, the talent just didn't gel. Like you can have all the talent in the
No,
world.
they
And I
didn't.
think Dion is a very good coach. Obviously, I mean, I'm not gonna say he's better than Jimbo Fisher because Jimbo's been there. He's been around a long time. But Jimbo couldn't whatever happened in College Station this year was horrible because like they had on paper one of the better teams in the SEC and it kind of fell apart. So, like I said, Dion's got some pieces for sure. But I think, like I said, do you have offensive linemen? Do you have 8 defensive linemen that can rotate in? Because like you're gonna need that depth to compete, in the Pac-12. So
Man, I think Jimbo, he just inherited a really good team when he got to Florida
he
State.
did. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
and
he did.
and, and as soon as the talent dried up, he got gone.
He did. He did get
He
gone,
got
Exactly.
he
and
got gone.
he hit the jackpot in A&M, and yeah, they just I don't know what happened down there.
Exactly. And what's going on at A&M right now? Because I had a little bit of inside info and everything like that from this year. Had a few guys on the team, man. It was just like a lot of empty promises. A lot of empty promises were around the locker room. You know what I mean? Like that year prior, and able to get the #1 recruiting class, there was a lot of, hey, you're gonna come here and be the guy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Well, when you get there, we all know when you get to school, there's 4 guys in front
Yep.
of you
yeah,
waiting. You know what I'm saying? 2, 3 of them been there for 4 or 5 years. Wait,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So those guys are playing first. You don't know the system. And so now you've been hearing, oh, you're the best we've ever got. You're gonna come here and play, and you get in 2 snaps a game.
yeah, exactly.
Well, now it's F you, Jimbo. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
pretty
saying? I'm
much.
going
Yeah,
to the portal. And so now you battling portal issues all year. You battling guys not showing up. I'm
yeah,
done. I'm done with A&M or whatever. So what did
mhm,
we start seeing? We started seeing the freshmen play at A&M. Did y'all notice
mhm,
that?
Yeah,
You know what
towards
I'm
the
saying?
end,
Yeah,
towards the end, that last game, it was all freshmen on defense.
exactly. We started seeing the
yeah,
freshmen play because, hey, if not, I'm gone. I'm leaving.
exactly.
And so I don't know what's gonna happen in A&M. I know they lost a lot of guys. I know hometown guy from here transferred out of there to Indiana.
Mm,
So they lost Haynes Kings at Georgia Tech now. I
yep.
mean,
Hmm.
so they lost some pieces. He's bringing in more, obviously, but
Yeah.
we'll see where A&M where they fall out at the end of the season next year.
See, you would think that with the portal being as big as it is, that coaches would get out that empty promise shit, man. Like you got like at this point, it's you better
Well,
tell
you
me.
got to give them a while to get out of it. Think about it. They've been recruiting this way for a long time. They've been recruiting, hey, you're gonna come in and be the guy for a long time, but they had you stuck there. Now they,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
still. Speaking of like stuff going sideways, have y'all seen the story about the quarterback from Florida? The
mm-hmm,
NIL deal that fell apart. So the crazy part is not even that the NIL deal fell apart. I'm looking at the money.
exactly.
They
Wait, wait, wait,
13,
wait, 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 wait. I'm lost. What happened? What happened?
13.1.
the quarterback that he committed to Florida, he was going to Miami. Florida had promised him a 4-year, $13 million NIL deal. The deal fell through, so now he's asking for his release from Florida. Like he's asking for, like, he already signed a letter of intent. But he's asking to be released from that because whatever. So most schools have like this NIL boosters, I guess, whatever you want to call it, put
Yeah.
together these packages.
Yeah,
So they didn't have the money. Whatever happened, it fell apart. He's like, yo, I don't want to go here no more. Like now they're talking about his lawyer might be able to sue the school. I'm like, I don't even care about all that. I'm trying to figure out 4 years, $13 million. What? Why? Like what? He ain't even played the game yet. I'm
they
talking
play the
about
game
he
yet.
ain't even played the game yet. That's wild.
I mean, Bryce Young, he started it off, but he $2 million.
But see, Bryce Young, when he got his first deal,
He had
obviously,
already played. Yeah,
and he'd won a championship. Like, you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like he'd already had. He was at least like I'm all for guys getting paid and athletes getting paid, but I feel like bro, you got to prove something.
Yeah, you
You
gotta
gotta
earn
prove
it.
something.
You got to do something.
You gotta prove something, or it's gonna be a lot of Jamarcus Russell situations
Yeah,
coming out of
like
that NIL.
bro, get a freshman a couple $100, maybe 1,000, a couple thousand, little entry package. But like, you got to perform on the field. Now you go out there and first team All SEC, player of the year, you've earned it. But like 13 mil, you hadn't even take a snap yet. You weren't
Might
even the
not
best
pan out.
quarterback. You weren't even the best quarterback in your recruit class.
Exactly.
Like, I don't even think he was top 10. So like, in college football, like the smaller schools are gonna have to, and it's coming soon. They're gonna have to break off to do their own thing. They can't compete now.
Nope.
If you're a Cincinnati, if you're a Central Florida, like if you're a Houston, like those schools can't compete. There's too much money. Georgia, Bama, Clemson, A&M, they throwing out $13
But
million.
I think the portal also is saving schools like the Houston, the SMU, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
all these guys, which is what we we're coming to this problem now. These guys are running to the portal, but they ain't picked up the phone yet.
yeah.
So now they in the portal with nowhere to go, and the coaches at Houston and places like that, they sitting there slobbering. Like hell yeah,
that bird hand money grab.
yeah, you ain't got nowhere to
We-
go. Well, we got a spot for you right here. Now
Yeah.
you see one of them, they're gonna end up with some of the top guys in the country because there's not enough spots for all these guys hitting the portal. I mean, 200 applicants to Colorado the day Deion gets there. You know what I'm saying? I don't have 200 roster spots.
Mm-mm.
I don't have 200. You know what I'm saying? I got 200 athletes on campus total.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, I'm gonna tell you now. If I was a coach, I'd be trying to get me some kind of partnership deals with some JUCOs. So if I do get, say, 150, 200 kids, like, look here, man, I can only take this many. But if you go to one of these two JUCOs, I can come get you next year or something. I work out some kind of deal, and then you can slide that JUCO little cash because they struggling down there.
and they gonna win.
They gonna win.
Cash. Yeah, they're gonna get some cash.
They gonna win, and then boom, now you got a pipeline.
Exactly, man. Exactly, man. Right, we didn't came to my favorite part of the show, man. Mental health checks. You know what I'm saying? I gotta check on my people, man. You'll get some text messages from me every now and then too. I gotta know how you doing, man. 1 through 10. Mentally, what's going on, personal in your personal life. What's going on, man, and then business wise. Oh no, I messed that up. I gotta get the physical. I got your personal life. What's going on with you? Your physical, you staying in shape, you in the gym, what you got going on, man? How you feeling, man? And then business wise, what's next and what you got going.
Yeah. It's always cool because like I was one of those guys. I obviously played ball in high school, and I can say this now because I've obviously changed. But like I never really struggled with like depression or anything like that. So whenever like I would date or just meet people that were like, oh, I'm always depressed, I'd be like, yo, it's just all mental. Like get out of here. So I would kind of blow it off.
Yeah.
And now that over these past couple of years, I've definitely just seen that mental health's important. It's real, you know what I'm saying? And I've tried to make sure that, like I said, for the people that are in my circle, that I at least check in on them. I don't do the best job with that, but I've tried to be better with just a simple text like, hey man, I know we ain't talking in a minute, but I'm just thinking about you. If you need anything, just hit me up, So but as far as my own personal, I mean, personally, I'm at like a 10. Like life is good right now. You know what I'm saying? We just got back from Phoenix. It's baseball season, so like this is the happiest time of the year for me. So I would say personal level 10, business I would say 10 as well. Like we got a lot of good stuff going. Physically, like I feel good, but I know I need to be doing better. So I probably give myself like a 5, but only because like it's stuff I can control. Like I just know I got to get in the gym. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know I got to be healthy. I know I got to eat right and all that stuff. So like that's just stuff that I can control. I just got to do it. I'd be lazy. I ain't gonna be honest. You know how it is, man. Like, especially now this time of year, or like even on the road, like you could go a week and eat healthy, and then like I travel so much, so like it's tough to eat healthy on the road.
Exactly.
Like Burger King's cool. Bro, we ate Burger King,
Days,
Wendy's, fried chicken place. So it's like, we eating all kind of unhealthy foods. But yeah, I just know I got to get in the gym, eat a little healthy. But other than that, yeah, I mean, life is good. Life is good right now for sure.
For sure. Trey, what you got?
Man, physically, man, I'm hurting right now because started a new workout right now. I'm trying to shed as much fat as possible because I'm trying to get out there and hunt these elk this year. So I say physically, I'm sitting about a 7 right now because it was leg day today and I'm hurting. So yeah, about a 7. Business wise, bruh, picked up a new sponsor. I haven't even announced it yet, so this is like the first time I'm even talking to anybody about it. But I signed with Titan Nutrition Supplement Company. They're with bodybuilders and athletes, and they want to get into the hunting game. So they was like, "Hey, man, we like your podcast. We want to, work out a deal." So working with Titan Nutrition now. I'm planning on going down to Springfield, Missouri, probably here in the next couple months and walk the facility. Hopefully, get you down there, Nick, and film everything for me and everything. So, business wise, about a 10 Carbon TV podcast going through the roof, man. Just broke 250,000 downloads. So
Yeah.
we rocking. My goal is to
Amazing.
get at least.
You're welcome.
yeah. Hey,
You're
so
welcome.
wait, so I took like a month off the hunt. Like I didn't do no podcast, whatever. Nick's and there's like, man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just been waiting, man. I'm waiting when you have me on. So I'm like, so I had a guest, he fell through, which this is like the third or fourth time he's like flaked on me. So I'm like, you know what? Let me get my brother on. And before him, each episode was doing about 15, 20,000. Nick hop on after 3 days, 120,000. I'm like, God, dog.
Nick need to have a permanent spot on that thing, man.
Right? Yeah, and then it's like
crossover, man.
And then like after that, it's just been like boom, just been going up, and then like the guests are getting bigger. More and more companies are hitting me up to do business, but I guess I'm being picky about who I work with. I don't want to put my name on stuff that I don't use. So business wise, man, it's a 10. Personally wise, good, man. Works good. It's cold but good. And like I said, this is my time of the year. It's the off season to just go out, shoot the bow some more, man, and start scouting some spots, picking some spots to go scout in the spring. And so, say personal wise, I'm sitting about 8 right now.
That's what I'm talking about, man. I myself, personally, I can't really complain about nothing right now, man. I'm gonna go 9 on the personal, man. Like Cobra said, the trip to Phoenix, for me, definitely was well needed. Football season is definitely my peak time of the year. So coming out of football, high school football anyway, being over, getting out there to Arizona and kind of getting to chill a little bit while still keeping my brain rolling on with the camera in my hand. That was well needed. Came back. It was my mom's birthday. So came back just in time to go eat with them for that. So I mean, I can't complain about nothing personal right now. So I'm gonna go 9. Physically, you always can be better. I don't think I picked up a weight since Nora was born. So that definitely needs to change in 2023. But I'm still getting, I still move around. I still, I stay active. Just haven't mentioned the gym really. But next year we're gonna hit the hunting and attack stupid hard. Or I guess this year. It's here now.
Yeah, this year.
So I guess I better get on that before I be out there in the bind on the mountain somewhere.
Because once you up, there's only one way down, baby. It's only one way back.
So I better get on that. But no, physically, man, I give myself about an 8. Young booby miles in the building. And then what's my last one, man? Business wise, man, we still rolling. Season 5, obviously, episode 1. Making connections. Y'all see, I got my boy Cobra right here, sitting here. I got the dreaded Archer on the wall, like always, man. Your success is my success. My success is your success.
Oh, yeah.
So we keeping it rolling. Dreaded Archer merch going crazy. The T-shirt club is about to drop. I don't want to mess it up, but it's like a month or so away, or like a few weeks away. I looked at it the other day. I forgot, but it's coming up soon. If you in the T-shirt club, man, you better get some hot gear coming out of there, man.
Goodness. Bro,
and then
they keep me up at night, bro.
Hey, I know it do. Hopefully y'all won't have to wait on y'all as long as I have to wait on mine. But
wow,
it's coming. It's coming. Hey, Reed Talking Listen merch on the way also, man. So y'all stay tuned for that. That's coming too, man. So business wise, man, I'm a 10, man. Everything's smooth, everything working out. Instagram going crazy right now, probably thanks to Cobra. I don't know none of these kids. I don't know none of these kids that's following me, but shout out to Cobra for posting me on this page, man. I can't complain about nothing right now, y'all, for real.
Yeah. It's good. And even if I had something to complain about, I just learned, as we get, like, I'm 33, so like it don't do no good.
Nope.
Like me complaining about some, like either I'm gonna fix it or at least take the steps to fix it, or I'm not. Like complaining ain't gonna get it done. So
it's not.
That's just wasted breath, wasted energy. So, obviously, like when we say a 10, like I missed out on a couple contracts that like, man, I wish I wish I would have had this, but like it's no point to proud about it. Like something else gonna come up,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? So something else gonna pop through.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
man.
you gotta check them. Hey, check them emails because I done missed a whole lot of money, man. I checked them emails.
I'm gonna tell you what people and I don't understand why people a coach messaged me on Twitter. I'm like, bro, I haven't tweeted since July. You gonna send me a message on Twitter talking about can you come shoot? Like I just saw it like 8 months, like 2 weeks ago. Like he said in July. I'm like, yo, why would you even do that?
Yeah,
I'm not even active, but yeah, you're right. Hey, gotta send them email because some of these companies all day. Like I'm so big on social media, and like I'll reach out, but like these bigger companies, like they use email, like they not coming through an Instagram. So
exactly.
it is true. It is
Exactly,
true.
man. Exactly.
And another thing, man, like I hate the fact that all these like robocalls come through because if I don't have your number, I won't answer it.
You better leave a
And
voicemail.
and then they leave
Better leave
voicemail.
one.
Hey, this is such and such from this company. We want to do da 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 da. Give us a call. I'm like, oh, like,
oh man, yeah, ASAP, exactly.
By the time they get done leaving the voicemail, I'm already
I'm calling back. Hey,
same way.
Hey,
if your number's not saved, you better leave me a voicemail or send me a text because I'm not answering it.
I'm not answering it. Can't got time for that. Your insurance. I don't even have insurance on that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what do you say? You ain't talking about money. I ain't answering your call.
Exactly, man. Yeah. Hey. Matter of fact, shout out my guy FBG Tez. We had him on last season. Hey, that's some new music for you right there. Go type that in on the Apple Music right there, Cobra. FBG Tez. He some real down south Texas music, man. He got some old school flow to him, man. He a young cat, but he got that old school Houston.
Like that Paul Wall?
Switch the house like Michael Watts, Zero.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like some old school.
Check that out.
Yeah, big facts, man. But hey, one of our main goals, Cobra, over here on the Read, Talk, and Listen podcast, also as the Dreaded Archer and Team Dreaded Archer, man. We trying to get more people that look like me and you out there in the woods, man. So what we got to do to get the Cobra? What we got to do to get the Cobra and some camo, man?
Like we chopped it up, like we went to Jimmy John's before the house started calling, like where y'all at? Like we was actually chopping up. Like I said, it's something that my parents don't do. I've never been in that community, but like I'm always down for adventure and doing something new. You know what I'm saying? Like I think we talked about like eating what I had a gator wrap at
walk on
at the bistro. Yeah, so
that sounds
good. Oh my god, yo, that carrot caramelized onions, little honey, man, that thing was going in, yo. But no, I've always been like adventurous. I don't know if I really want to. I'm not a big gun shooter. Now fishing, I'll go out there and fish. Now you might have to show me how to do it, but I'll go out there and do it. But you ain't really got to say much. Like I would be down to go on a trip. Maybe not like the actual hunting part, but like eat the food. Yeah, for sure. I'm down for that. Always.
Hey man, the lodge is the best part, man.
Yeah, the lodge is the best part.
At the lodge, chilling.
I just want to go out there and like drive some 4-wheelers. You know what I'm saying? Like wake up, drink a nice cup of coffee, and see some caribou or like some elk just running down. Yeah, now that's good right there. I like that.
That boy's trying to go to Yellowstone,
right?
Hey,
hey, get him out there hunting some bear, man.
Get out there and kill me
that's where I'm scared of it. I'm scared of hunting the bear, but it's like top of the bucket list for me though.
Bro, hey, ever since Al showed us that video, bro, it make me question like, do I really want to do this?
Exactly.
Go bear hunting?
Yeah,
bro. So this dude we met 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
He shot the 3rd largest grizzly bear in the world.
Good God.
It stands 7 foot. I think it's 7'2", 7'3", owns 2 feet. Over 1,500 pounds.
Yeah, he was only what 9 yards.
You 9 yards from it.
How many times do you have to shoot it?
Once.
Oh, and it went down immediately?
With a bow.
It ran with a bow. He had a bow, not a gun. A bow.
He must have hit him in the right spot. I feel like a grizzly bear don't go down that easy, does it?
No, I mean if you got the right setup and you got a heavy enough arrow, you go right through the vitals. I mean, he gonna run off. But the only thing about this bear is, so normally when you shoot a bear and he get ready to die, he give what's called a death moan. You hear him like, "Whoa." And once that death moan stop, it's a wrap. This bear didn't give a death moan. So him and his guide and the cameraman was trying to go back and forth on who was gonna crawl in this thicket to see if this bear dead or not.
Yeah.
Who did it? The hunter?
No, the dude, the guide. I paid you.
Yeah, I paid you to put your life on the line for me. but you gotta see the video because like they're behind this rock and the bear is walking up the beach, like walking right towards them. And he pokes out around the rock and he sees the bear, and so he draws. But when he looked back around the rock, ain't no bear. The bear comes over the top of the rock.
And jumped on him?
No, he just
He
shot
shot it and it jumped over him.
What in the world? Yeah, we need to go like raccoon hunting. You know that? Like I'll go out there.
No, the whitetail is a good starter.
Yeah, whitetail
is a good starter. Just deer, just regular plain old deer. That's a good starter right there.
I'm gonna get out there with a sniper. I'm gonna go out there with a sniper gun.
That's all you need.
You ain't gonna have no meat.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
No meat, just some deer feet. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But we gotta get you out there, man. You know, we Trey for sure. He got me into it, so I'm not gonna act like I'm just the guy. You know what I'm saying? He got me into it, and I'm just piggybacking off him and learning as I go, pretty much. But I got a little setup out here in Arkansas, right down the street. I'm in Texas right now. I live in Texas, but right down the street in Arkansas, I got a little setup out there, man. If you ever around this way,
you got 10 days left.
I got a short amount of time left to shoot with my bow. Probably won't get a bow kill this year. I've kind of closed the book on that and got ready for target season. But if I get a chance to get back out there, hopefully I do get one with my bow. But anyway, I was saying all that to say you got a spot to come hunt.
For sure.
Out here.
I'm always down, bro. I'm always down to do that.
Sir.
Put on a little camo hat, little over, you know what I'm saying? Little boots.
That's just
like it's not the norm for me, but like I said, I ain't never gonna knock something till I try. Now, I might get out and be like, yo, it's too much walking, too much climbing. I might say that at the end, but I'm at least now the food, I'm gonna always be down for that.
Yeah.
Deer
some
meat,
good food now.
I'm always down for that now. You know what I'm saying?
It's some good food, and you know, I got a little bit. You know, Trey stole one of my recipes that he be using a lot, but I got one of the best, you know, deer meat marinades around the world. I believe, at least anybody I know. So I'm gonna get you right, man. I'm gonna get you right.
Definitely gotta try that. Okay.
I'm gonna get you right. Hey, before we get out of here, man, you got any last words for the people, man?
Man, just like I said, follow Black Cobra, Willie Black Cobra Media. To all the people, like if we got other, you know, young entrepreneurs, man, I talked to someone last night for about an hour on the phone, and just, you know, pursue your goals, man, pursue your dreams. That's one thing I bet on myself, like quit my day job and you know, started this journey with my business partner. So like I just tell everyone now, man, bet on yourself. If it's something you're trying to go accomplish, like you'll never know what you can do until you do it. Now, it don't always mean you're gonna succeed. And I'm not gonna say that it's 100%. Every time I do something, it doesn't succeed, but I can never go back and be like, man, I didn't bet on myself. You know what I'm saying? Like when I die, I'm gonna be able to say I did everything I wanted to do. I at least tried it. I gave it my best effort. If it worked out, it did. You know, if it didn't, it just didn't. So anyone out there, whether it be business, relationships, you know, a new job you're trying to go get, like send an email. You know what I'm saying? If you need to ask your boss for it, like just do it. You know what I'm saying? And have no regret. So yeah, that's how I live my life.
So Trey, what you got?
Man, he took the words out of my mouth, man.
Hey,
I was gonna say, man, it's 2023, man. If you had something you trying to do in 2022 and didn't do it, hey, the time is now, man. The time is now, and like you see, you gotta do it and bet on yourself. Like that's it. Like
every time,
I'm like you. I talk to young cats all the time. Like, man, I want to do this, but it costs money. It's like, I'm sure if you break down all the money, all the stuff you spend your money on, you can find that extra $500-$600 to get started. You can.
Yeah,
you can.
You know what I'm saying? If that's picking up an extra shift at work, if that's, you know, not buying those shoes this month, you know what I'm saying? Stop eating out. Eating out is that's a whole lot of money right there. Like sometimes you got to make a sacrifice, man. And like Cobra said, bet on yourself because ain't nobody else gonna do it.
Exactly, man. And just to piggyback off what they're saying right there, man, you can't always start where somebody else started, right? Like when we started this podcast game, like it didn't look nothing like this. I just posted a reel, matter of fact, a couple weeks ago, and it shows, you know, the progression, you know, of the podcast. You couldn't even see our faces. It was so blurry when we first switched to video, and we was just straight audio before that. And before that, we was just recording shows and not even putting them out because we didn't think they were good enough. So like you can't start where somebody else started. You're not gonna have this mic when you start. You're not gonna have this. You're not gonna have this Sony A7 III pointing at you when you first start. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna have a MacBook to edit on when you first start. You're not gonna have an iMac to edit on. You're not gonna have a Mac Mini. You know, you might have to get that HP. You might have to get that Chromebook and take 10 years to render a video before you get to the next level. But just go ahead and start. That saving up to get the MacBook ain't gonna get you. You're not gonna get the MacBook. What you gonna do to save? You know what I'm saying? You need to edit now. Go ahead and get that Chromebook. Put out what you can put out until you can get the MacBook.
Hey, or because I couldn't afford it. I wanted a MacBook, but I couldn't afford one. So I got on Facebook Marketplace and I found a lady who was selling a MacBook for $180. And I thought, man, I gotta steal. I didn't know it was a MacBook from 06. 06, 07. That joker, I couldn't get none of the new stuff on there. So we made that joker work though.
Exactly.
I made it work.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that's another good thing you say, Nick. Like the journey is so rewarding. And like I said, even like with me, like when you look back, you know, I don't want to be like sentimental, but you know what I'm saying? Like even for you all, like, I can look back, like I look at my page from last year and it's like, man, I've come a long way. But like once you embrace the journey and if you're passionate about something, then like you're gonna put in the time and grind. But like I said, it's important, like for any creator, like I tell people, don't look at where I'm at, like don't look at how I'm shooting my stuff now, because like it took, like you don't see the work I put in, you don't see the long hours, like you don't see behind the scenes what I had to teach myself to get here. But when people fall in love with the process and the journey, it makes it that much sweeter when you have success, because you can look back and be like, damn, like I really did, like I bet on myself, I grinded, and like I'm like I can go nowhere but up. So that's the name of the business game, you know.
Hey, you know me, man. I dabble into the anime cartoons, man. I just finished Hunter x Hunter. In the last, it's a great anime if you want to get into it. But the last words that the guy said, he said, "I know you got a goal, you got to get to it, but enjoy the side missions."
Mm-hmm.
It's a side mission. He goes, you gonna get to the goal, but while you're getting there, you're gonna come across all these little side missions, man. Enjoy those. Enjoy the side missions. That's my last words for y'all. Enjoy the side missions, man.
Exactly, man.
I like that. That's good.
And you know, my last official words I gotta say, I can't get off without saying it. I won't sleep good at night if I don't, man. Hey, be vigilant to what's going on around y'all right now.
Man.
The world is not the same it was when we were growing up. It's not the same it was last week. Be vigilant. Know who your kids playing with. Know the parents of the kids your kids playing with. You know, when you're at the grocery store, you coming out at night, you know, maybe a female, you're smaller in stature, whatever it may be vigilant. That same car should still be there when you come out, and y'all the only two cars in the parking lot. You know, you should just see stuff like that, pick up on that. And then, as always, like I say, have yours, because I'm for sure going to have mine. Hey, and with that being said, this is season 5, episode 1 of the Read Talk and Listen podcast. Got my boy Black Cobra in the building. I am Nick Reed, your host. That's my co-host Trey Reed. We are out.
What? I mean, it's been turning up with her. The girl around us and she loving her.